What's up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog here with another New York Giants video. What's going on, everybody? Thank you, as always, for clicking on the video. Really do appreciate it. Do me a favor. The thumbs up is always the best way to help out the channel. Also, if you get subscribed and ring a ding, ding, ding the bell, so you know when I do videos like this. Obviously, football season getting closer and closer. The summer's going to fly by. We're at minicamp right now, and there's going to be a lot more Giants stuff and Yankee stuff as well. So hopefully you guys and girls will subscribe to the channel and follow along and leave your comments. As always, being positive or negative, I read them all. So leave your comments below. Saquon Barkley holding out of minicamp, mandatory minicamp, mind you, and now saying he may sit out the season. And obviously, this has gotten extremely ugly between these two sides, between the Giants and Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, again, what's frustrating about this entire thing is we don't know what Saquon's demands are. Now, we've heard different rumors about they offered him $14 million a year. They offered him $12.5 million a year. He turned them both down. And Saquon Barkley's camp said that was not the truth. And this was not what was offered and all this other stuff. And now the two sides just can't seem to get together. They have until July 17th for him to sign the tag or to, get a new contract. And it doesn't seem like he wants to do that. And I don't know how far apart these two sides are because we haven't heard anything what Saquon Barkley is actually demanding. Yeah, put that back, buddy. We don't know what Saquon Barkley's demands are. So it's difficult to say exactly what he's looking for because he says he doesn't want to set the running back market ablaze and he's not looking to restructure the entire running back market. But at the same time, if you offer $14 million, which would have made you the third highest paid running back in the league, I don't know what else you're looking for. But his camp says that's not true. So he said, she said, I don't really know what's going on. And it would be nice to have some clarity as to what each side is looking to do. What I do know is that Saquon Barkley says it's about respect. It's about respect. And I get it. I understand. Saquon Barkley is one of the most talented running backs in the league. He may be the most physically gifted running back in the league. That is very possible. It's up for debate, I guess. But I'd be hard-pressed to find a better athlete, maybe McCaffrey. But other than that, McCaffrey's the highest paid back in the league. I don't think Saquon's as good as Christian McCaffrey. I just don't, okay? That's just my opinion. I'm a Giants fan. I love Saquon. I don't think he's that good. He's very good. He's top 3, which is what it seems like they offered him. But about respect, I don't understand what he means. I understand wanting to get your payday. I get it. Like I said, you're one of the most talented running backs in the league. You've dealt with injuries. You got to get your bag. Running backs have a very limited shelf life in the NFL, probably the shortest shelf life of any other position in the NFL. So you got to get the bag. I get it. I understand, what Saquon Barkley wants to do. I understand him wanting to get paid. But you talk about respect. Well, that works both ways, sir. I mean, do you think the Giants disrespected you with the offer that they gave to you or that they presented to you? Is that some sort of disrespect? It'd be easier for us to determine whether it's disrespectful or not. We knew what Barkley's camp's asking for because, again, we've heard these $12.5, $14 million, and the Giants have continued to take them off the table. What hurts Saquon Barkley is this. The running back market is bad. It's bad. Nobody's getting paid. The Vikings just released Dalvin Cook, who's one of the most dynamic running backs in the league, because they didn't want to pay him the money. The running back position is not what it used to be. I'm an old school guy. I still believe running the ball and being able to stop the run and winning in the trenches and winning at the line of scrimmage is going to win you ball games. I still feel like everything is predicated off the run, especially when you have a quarterback like Daniel Jones, the mobile quarterback. It's becoming more and more common in the NFL to have quarterbacks that can run. And certainly having a guy like Saquon Barkley with the threat of a guy like that taking the football, you're going to concentrate on him. It's going to allow Daniel Jones to get more yards. If you're able to run the ball effectively, it certainly enhances play action. Barkley means a lot to the New York Giants, and I'm not trying to downplay what Saquon Barkley means to this team. Without a doubt, he was our best offensive player last year. Daniel Jones took a massive leap, but Saquon Barkley was the focal point of many defenses because, again, he's the most talented guy. Or he was. He probably still is if he was there. It's hard to argue that he would not be the most talented guy in the offense if he came back. But you look at what the Giants have done in this offseason. Getting a Darren Waller, adding a Paris Campbell, drafting a Jalen Hyatt, who I want to do a video on Jalen Hyatt. I'm kind of pumped up about Jalen Hyatt. I gotta be honest. I don't want to, I hate, getting hyped up about a rookie and then you're like, oh, Baddog has a shitty take, because I missed by a mile, which happens, seems to happen frequently. So I don't want to get, overhype the kid, but I remember last time the Giants had like a legitimate 4-3 burner. And Jalen Hyatt's raw, but again, you can coach up route running and you can coach up all the fundamentals of football. You can't coach up that 4-3 speed. You either have that or you don't. So I'm kind of excited about Jalen Hyatt. I'd like to do some videos about Jalen Hyatt. But you see the Giants have given Daniel Jones more weapons to throw to. Last year, he's throwing to David Sills. He's throwing to Richie James. Obviously, Isaiah Hodgins was a nice surprise coming over, from Buffalo. And they had a pretty good rapport immediately. But they have given him a lot more to work with. You get Shepard coming back. You get Darius Slayton coming back. So there certainly may not be a legitimate number one receiver on this team, but there's certainly a lot of depth there. And there's certainly a lot of professional wide receivers. There's definitely wide receivers that can get the job done. So Daniel Jones is going to have a plethora of guys to throw to, which means you may be able to phase out the running back a little bit. And obviously they drafted Eric Gray from Oklahoma in the 5th round, which was an absolute steal. He can also receive out of the backfield. He can get the tough yards. No, he's not explosive. He's not going to run away from everybody. He's not a home run hitter like Barkley. Barkley is that Barry Sanders type where, he could take the ball to the house at any time. Gray's not that guy, but Gray is much more elusive in the open field than people give him credit for. As an Oklahoma fan, I watched the kid play. He runs very hard. He's not the threat Barkley is, but he's certainly going to be serviceable. He certainly could be effective in his role in the NFL. So Saquon Barkley and the Giants, in my gut, I still believe it's going to get done. Maybe it's me being optimistic, and Lord knows for years and years and years I have been pessimistic because the Giants have given me no reason to be optimistic. Last year gave me a lot of reasons to be optimistic. Not only the jump that Daniel Jones took, but the coaching staff in general, the GM, the assistant GM, the way these guys have approached what they wanted to do analytically and physically and fundamentally on the field. Execution will be fundamental, and fundamentally be execution, or whatever I said about Joe Judge. But these guys actually go out there and execute. They really do. Second year under a system with Brian Dable, Mike Kafka, Wink Martindale. Wink got his press corner. They added some beef, in the front, the defensive line. And I think the Giants are, again, I don't think they're a Super Bowl contending team, but I think that they got better in the offseason. Their schedule is obviously very difficult. To go over the schedule more so as you get closer to the season. I know what the roster looks like if I'm going to give predictions. It's much more difficult, though. The first, out of the first 4 games, 3 of them are primetime. So our schedule is more difficult, but I do feel like these guys believe in Dable. I believe like Dable believes in them. They got the Daniel Jones contract settled. I believe Daniel Jones's teammates believe in him. I think Daniel Jones is a much more confident quarterback going into this year than perhaps he was last year. Only Daniel Jones knows how confident he really was. This Saquon Barkley thing, though, it is getting ugly, and you hate to see it. And I understand both sides. I understand the player wanting to get their money. It's more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime, and that 99.9999% of the people in their lifetime are going to see. No, none of us are going to see $12 million a year. Okay, it's probably not going to happen for many of us. Probably won't see $12 million in our entire lifetime. So I understand the people like, oh, you're greedy. 12 million is a ton of money, or 10 million, even on the tag, 10 million is a ton of money. Just take the $10 million. $10 million. What would you do with $10 million? So I get the fans' frustration. We just signed a contract, Saquon. The running back market's bad. Just take the money and be a Giant. You want to lead by example. You want to talk about respect. Well, you need to respect the Giants. The Giants are the ones that drafted you. The Giants are the one, that gave you that 5th-year option. The Giants are the one that offered you that contract and you turned them down. So, like I said, it works both ways. You want to be a leader in the clubhouse, and you want to be that guy, and you want to be the face, and you want to set a good example. I don't know what kind of example it sets when you're, griping over, again, $1 million here or there. It's a shitload to me. But relatively speaking, what's the difference between $12.5 million and $13.5 million? Or they offered him $14 million. What's the difference between 14 and 15 million? It's like 7%. And I understand it's a lot of money. But at the same time, man, you're probably not going to get it from someplace else because that running back market's bad. And from the Giants' standpoint, like I said, I understand Barkley wanting his money. I get that. I completely understand that. You want to get paid what you feel you're worth. I get it. That's why they have agents. That's why I understand that point of it. In any line of work, you want to get paid what you feel you're worth. Any line of work. And again, it's all relative. Salary's all relative to what you do in your profession. But with the Giants, it's also a business. There's other people on this team. There's a salary cap. The Giants have to be careful with each dime, no pun intended with Danny Dimes, but they have to be careful with each dime. They have to fill out a roster, and they want to get the most bang for their buck. And they have to pay that player accordingly to what they think that player is worth to the team. If they think Saquon Barkley's worth $13 million, he thinks he's worth $16 million, well, you got a problem there. So Saquon Barkley in this, I don't know how ugly this is going to get. He's holding out a minicamp. He said he would hold out. He probably wouldn't play a season. Well, he said there's a possibility he wouldn't play. I got feeling regardless whether they extend him or give him a new contract, I have a feeling he's going to play on the tag. I don't think he would sit out a year. I really don't. Because it did not work out for Le'Veon Bell, although he did get his money from the Jets. It's just, you're going to hurt yourself even more on the open market if you sit out an entire season. And that running back market continues to decline. So you're not doing yourselves any favors. Regardless, I think Barkley's a Giant in 2023. I hope he's a Giant beyond 2023. I would love Saquon Barkley to be on this team without question. He's important. He is a good character guy. He works his ass off. There is no doubt about it. Seems like everybody in the locker room loves the kid. I want him back here. The question is, can the Giants and Saquon Barkley agree to something that works for both parties? And can they do it by July 17th? Anyway, that's all I got in this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe. If you made it this far, you're a trooper. Have a good rest of your day. I'll be live for the NBA Finals Game 5 tonight. Hopefully I see you there. It's Baddog Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.